Hi, welcome to Scoop Studios. I'm here with Ben Timpson, our featured artist for November 2009.
My creativity comes from everywhere, all over, everything, life, dreams, a piece of trash on the road, how the leaves change color, seven-legged spider, anything, something that's I just see and it picks up. It just talks to me, like I see it and I'm like, well, that's that, and then I keep that for a long time. I have a whole half room of things, and then I have all those, and I have ideas that I write down in my little books, and then my creativity comes from nature.
What inspires you?
Nature again, and life, being alive, being around life itself. Yeah, that's another thing, because when I grew up in the desert, there was life, but it was like all hidden. All you got were like little lizards and little teeny things. But then when I moved to the Midwest, and even here in Charleston, there was a lot more life because it's a lot greener, and so you see a lot more different animals and plants blooming all the time, and it like blew my mind, so I started collecting all sorts of stuff.
Can you explain your process in creating your artwork, particularly the light box?
How I create the light boxes. I work on a light table, and I use a China marker, and I draw out my composition, and then I split the composition into layers, and then I find the pieces that I've already kind of gotten ready for that composition. I put them together between layers of glass or plastic or things like that, and then with tweezers I combine them, and then I use an X-Acto knife, tweezers, scissors, and then a little dust mask when I'm actually putting it together. And then it's a thing then, and then I take resin, and then I pour resin, and I put the whole thing together, and then I start making the actual light box. And that idea came from, the light box idea came from this 1940s slide viewer, this Logan slide viewer. It's really cool. One of my friends got it in an estate sale for me. And he got this Logan viewer at an estate sale, and he gave it to me for a birthday present. And I started looking at all my originals, because I'd used a magnifying glass anyway, but I never really thought about keeping that as a piece, because I would just make these things constantly. I made like hundreds of them, and I didn't really think about like a final piece. And then with that little view, I was like, oh man, I'm going to make one of these. So I went and got lenses from Black and White enlargers, and I made the real rough one. I just had like the lens taped in a box basically with the light table and like a wire coming down, and it worked really good. And like that way people get to see how I kind of make it more, rather than just the flat print or the painting. They can actually see the layers get separated, and that's the coolest part. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of favorite pieces. I think I can't think about it as one piece. I think about it as like a body of work. Like my favorite body of work right now would have to be like the second book, Inside Nothing. That to me was like a piece. That was like a huge body, 4 years of work, like 180. But I mean, and then in that I liked Love and the Owl and Remember, and The Picnic was those all bring back major emotions for me. And some of the earliest ones, like the Venetian, was when he was the first one I actually took a piece of bug and put it on a piece of onion skin and thought it was a little person, and then I showed that to people, and they were like, "What the?" And that's when I was like, "Oh, that means I'm going in the right direction." If people don't know what's going on, like, what the? So I mean, yeah. So and then the ones that I haven't made yet. That's the next series that I'm going to work on with nature. Is definitely probably going to be my favorite one.
Nice
So.
favorite.
I like showing at Scoop Studios because Angel and Colleen are amazing. They're really forward-thinking gallery owners. Scoop is different from other galleries because of that same fact that they are open-minded, creative people themselves. They don't judge on like anything that's been seen before. They just know what catches their eye, which is pretty cool, you know. And then they more toward new artists, which is important.
Thank you, Ben Timpson.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you.